This video is about me replacing my steam boiler. The steam boiler in my house was very old, and over time the cast iron rusted, and for years I would flush out the system in the beginning and the end of the heating season. One night we heard a loud bang and a hissing sound coming from the boiler. You can see in the images the sections cracked, and I even tried to use some two-part epoxy to see if it would hold for the night, but realized the cracks were not only on the exterior but in the interior also. So I called up the supply house and ordered a new steam boiler and had it delivered to the house on a pallet. Well, while we waited for the boiler to be delivered, we had time to start dismantling the existing steam boiler. Each section was 200 to 300 pounds, so we had to break the sections up into smaller pieces due to the sheer weight. We decided to use dumpster in a bag for disposal. We were able to stage the bag in our walkway in our yard, and once filled, Waste Management came with a hydraulic arm, and they reached over the fence, and they were able to pick it up right into the truck. We then cleaned up the basement area and purchased 6 patio blocks from Home Depot. I used some self-leveling cement and laid the blocks 2 long by 3 wide. I then painted the area to seal the cement and to start with a clean slate for the new boiler. The entire new boiler weighed about the same as a single section of the previous boiler. Keep in mind, the previous boiler had 5 or 6 sections. I started to take some measurements for piping, and the main headers, as you see in the images, was 2 inches in diameter. The gas supply line for the new boiler was 1/2 inch in diameter, whereas the old one was 1 inch, so we just reduced it down to suit our needs. Since I didn't have a commercial threading machine, I just took the measurements to the supply house and got what I needed. A few trips back and forth, and I eventually got everything I needed. We had to also get some 6-inch smoke pipe, which is silver in color, and you can see them in the images also. After assembling, we filled the boiler a few inches above the recommended fill level and removed the cleanout plug that we installed on the T-fitting and fired up the boiler. We had to boil out the oil and grease from the pipes and the boiler. We had to be careful not to overheat and cause steam. As the water started to boil, the oil and grease, which flowed on water, evacuated through the cleanout we had open. We had to repeat this process a few times to make sure we got it all. Skipping this step will cause loud banging and can cause damage to the boiler and the piping. So the new boiler was so efficient that our bill for that entire winter was less than 1 month of the previous winter. The entire job cost about $2,400 with the materials and disposal. This type of job is not suited for many, but it is an informational video from my experience. If you decide to take this type of job on, then make sure you visit the building department to pull the permits. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for updates. Thanks for watching.